Imani was only 15 years old, but her thoughts were already traveling far beyond her village. One afternoon, while walking through the busy city beside her father, she stopped suddenly. Bright shop windows glowed with colorful clothes, shining shoes, and beautiful jewelry. People moved confidently in outfits she had never seen before. Imani's heart beat faster. In that moment, a small idea quietly grew into a big dream. When they returned home, Imani could hardly sit still. She spoke excitedly to her family, telling them about the city, the fashion, and the success she imagined. She said she wanted to bring modern clothes to the village and build a business of her own. Some people smiled at her energy. Others remained silent. But Imani only saw her dream, clear and bright in her mind. Her father, the village chief, listened carefully. When she finished speaking, he reached out and placed a small bag of money into her hands. His voice was calm and steady as he told her this was not a gift, but a lesson. Imani nodded eagerly, grateful and confident, without fully understanding what those words truly meant. Soon, boxes arrived from the city. Imani opened them one by one, her eyes shining with pride. Inside were elegant dresses, delicate shoes, and sparkling accessories. She arranged everything carefully in her shop, imagining villagers lining up to buy. Standing there, surrounded by beauty, Imani felt certain she was about to succeed. On the day of the grand opening, the village market buzzed with excitement. People gathered around her stall, touching the clothes and admiring the colors. Children laughed and pointed. Elders whispered among themselves. But when the prices were seen, the excitement faded. Smiles disappeared, and one by one, hands let go of the fabric. As the hours passed, the market grew quiet. Villagers walked away, returning to their daily work. Imani sat alone in her shop, staring at clothes that no one wanted. Confusion tightened in her chest. She had worked hard. She had followed her dream. Why was this happening? Still, pride spoke louder than doubt. Imani told herself the villagers simply did not understand fashion. She believed her idea was right and that people would come around eventually. The thought comforted her, even as her shop remained empty. The next day, she lowered the prices. She smiled again and waited patiently, but nothing changed. The clothes were still too costly, too fragile, too far from village life. Slowly, her confidence began to crack. Worried and embarrassed, Imani went to her father and asked for more money. She explained her problems and promised she could fix everything. Her father listened, then gently shook his head. He told her the lesson was not yet complete. Imani walked away frustrated, her heart heavy with disappointment. Later that evening, a quiet voice reached her. It was Zara, a poor village girl who often stayed in the background. Zara asked a simple question: had Imani ever asked the villagers what they actually needed? The words were soft, but they landed deeply. For the first time, Imani had no answer. The following days were different. Imani began to walk through the village, watching people work in the fields, carry water, and care for their families. She listened to their struggles and needs. Slowly, she realized something important. The villagers did not need fashion for show. They needed clothes that could survive real life. Humbled but determined, Imani sat beside the village seamstress. She asked questions. She learned to cut fabric properly. She made mistakes and tried again. Together, they created clothes that were strong, comfortable, affordable, and still beautiful. This time, Imani worked with the village, not above it. When the new clothes were ready, the market felt alive again. Farmers smiled as they tried them on. Mothers nodded with approval. Children ran proudly through the stalls. Laughter returned, and so did hope. Imani watched quietly, feeling a joy deeper than pride. As the sun set over the village, Imani stood among the people she had once misunderstood. Her shop was busy, but her heart was calm. She had learned that dreams grow stronger when they are rooted in listening, and that true success comes not from selling what we imagine, but from serving what others truly need.